Hello, dear listeners. Welcome back to another exciting and thrilling episode of your favorite series, Unappreciated Treasure. Please like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Thank you and enjoy. The last 2 weeks had been a roller coaster for Chelsea. She found herself unable to shake thoughts of Hank from her mind. There was a special connection between them, one that made her feel safe and truly seen. Yet she had vowed never to fall in love again, determined to keep Hank buried deep in her thoughts. Falling in love is not for people like me. It will only cause me pain and heartache. Chelsea, learn to protect your heart. If not, it will be broken all over again, she reminded herself, battling the rising emotions. With Sunday upon her and the new workweek looming, she decided to call her best friend Rachel. When the call connected, Rachel sounded cold on the other side. Hello, and who is this? Rachel had never been one to answer calls from unknown numbers, often dismissing them as telemarketers trying to sell insurance. Chelsea had recently changed her number and had called only to inform Rachel. Chelsea grinned and aimed to tease her friend. Fighting laughter, she cleared her throat and lowered her voice dramatically. Greetings, Miss Hannigan. I am calling from the Lotto Central office in Liverpool. We are thrilled to inform you that you have won £100 million. Please come to our headquarters with your ticket to confirm your identity. Rachel was a mix of confusion and annoyance. Excuse me, ma'am, but you've called the wrong number. I didn't participate in any lottery. If there's nothing else, goodbye. Before Rachel could hang up, Chelsea burst into hysterical laughter. Come on, baby girl. The teaser has been teased. A moment of realization hit Rachel. You, this little evil girl. You changed your number and didn't let me know, huh? Chelsea laughed again, her heart lightening. My darling, I changed my number 3 days ago. You're actually the first person I've called with this new number. Lenny doesn't have it yet. I'll text him later with my contact details. Her friend's voice softened. Okay, baby girl. I believe you. But Chels, I really miss you. Wolverton is so boring without you. I miss you too, Ratch. Don't worry, I know you'll visit soon. By the way, how is Jade? I hope he's doing okay. I really miss both of you. Rachel's excitement burst through the phone. You know what, Chels? In 6 days, Jade and I are going to Mallorca for a vacation. We'll be spending a whole week there. Do you know what that means? Chelsea chuckled. Baby girl, I am ready to be an auntie. They both erupted into laughter and Rachel teased. Girl, your mind is truly dirty. We'll do all the fun things, but no baby talk right now. Her tone was reminiscent of a giddy teenager caught up in her first romance. They chatted for a few more minutes before ending the call, both feeling a little lighter. The next day dawned, and Chelsea woke to the blaring sound of her alarm at 6:30 in the morning. With her house 30 minutes away from her new job site, and her start time set for 8 o'clock, she knew she had to rise early. Excitement bubbled within her for her first day as an intern at Maximilian Holdings. After a quick shower, she dressed in a crisp white plaid shirt tucked into her brown check trousers. With a simple side part, she brushed her black bob hair into place. Although she wore no makeup, her natural beauty shone brightly, drawing attention effortlessly. She looked in the mirror and declared, Chels, this is it. Let's go show them what you're made of. With a chuckle, she checked herself one last time and left her house. Chelsea arrived at Maximilian Holdings around 7:45, full of anticipation. As she stepped into the building, she approached the receptionist. Hello, ma'am. My name is Chelsea Powers, and I am the new intern here. The receptionist, a brunette with freckles, looked Chelsea up and down with evident disgust, as if she were some kind of virus. Chelsea quickly assessed her outfit to check for any flaws. The receptionist glanced at her computer and confirmed Chelsea's name on the list. Write your name in that file and take this card, she instructed coldly, handing over a pass. Go to the 6th floor and ask for human resources. As Chelsea collected the card, she thought, geez, London is indeed a lion's den. Upon reaching human resources, a lady in her early 30s approached her with a warm smile. "Hey there. You must be Chelsea Powers. I'm Rebecca Anderson, but you can call me Becky. My uncle has told me so much about you." Chelsea felt a sense of relief wash over her at this warm welcome. "Thank God there's someone who is not mean to me," she thought. "Greetings, Becky. Uncle Ed has spoken highly of you as well. Thank you for having me here." Becky laughed lightly. "I hope he said good things. Anyway, here's your employee badge and number. Let me take you to your department." Public Relations Department was on the 5th floor, well known for its emphasis on style and a keen fashion eye. In fact, they often found themselves in competition with the Marketing Department. Public Relations team boasted some of the most stunning individuals, but their attitudes were often sour and condescending. When Chelsea and Becky arrived at the Public Relations Department, Becky led her to the head of the department's office. "Greetings, Kyle. This is Chelsea Powers, our new intern. Chelsea, this is Mr. Kyle Hastings, your head of department. You both should get acquainted, he'll show you around." With that, Becky stepped aside. Kyle's gaze lingered on Chelsea a bit too long, revealing a lecherous interest. With a smoldering smile, he extended his hand for a handshake. "Welcome, Miss Powers. Come, let me introduce you to the rest of the team." He walked out and Chelsea followed, feeling a mix of apprehension and excitement. The office layout resembled a cellular structure, so the entire floor was divided into smaller individual workspaces. "Hey everyone, can I please have your attention? Please welcome Miss Chelsea Powers, our new intern. She will be working with Team B, which is Erica's team." A murmuring noise rippled through the room. Erica stood and smiled. "Welcome to Team B, Chelsea. I'm Erica, and this is Ruben and Cleopatra, also members of Team B." Chelsea beamed back at them. "Thank you, Erica. Hello, Cleopatra and Ruben. So nice to meet you all. I hope to learn a lot from you. Please, I'm a rookie and would appreciate all the help and corrections." Kyle cleared his throat. "Okay, Erica, I'll leave her with you." He gave Chelsea one last lingering smile before returning to his office. "Wow, not only is she beautiful, but she's also very humble," Ruben remarked quietly. Across the office, Team A was led by Nicole Brown, the most snobbish member of the Public Relations Department. Known for her poisonous tongue, Nicole didn't shy away from hurting others with her words if it meant getting what she wanted. Her team had always emerged victorious, and she used that as an excuse to trample over others, especially Team B. She considered herself the most beautiful, flaunting her tall, slender figure as she basked in the attention from men in the office and beyond. But her true target was the CEO. Any girl who posed a threat to her beauty would automatically be labeled an enemy. When Nicole saw Chelsea's striking beauty and overheard murmurs among colleagues calling her a goddess, a wave of resentment washed over her. "Come on, Chelsea, this will be your office desk." Erica pointed to a space beside Nicole. Nicole's face turned red. "Excuse you? She can't sit here. This space is for Team A members, and the other intern allocated to Team A will be sitting here. She should move over to the other end. That's where the losers sit." She jabbed a finger toward a cramped desk by the window, reserved for packing files. "Come on, Nicole," Erica interjected. "That space is tiny and meant for packing files. Why are you being so cruel to someone on her first day?" Cole rolled her eyes at Chelsea. "Rather than standing here and moping around, you better go over there and clear your workspace." With a flip of her hair, she stormed away. Chelsea held Erica's hand, saying, "It's okay, Erica. I'll use that space. I don't think it will be a problem." Erica looked at her with concern and pity in her eyes. "Let me help you so we can put the files away together." Chelsea smiled gratefully. "Thank you. Will Chelsea be able to handle the heat of her new job? Will Nicole turn out to be another Philippa in Chelsea's life?" Rumors had already begun circulating throughout the office building that a new intern had arrived. and she was more beautiful than the self-proclaimed gorgeous Nicole Brown. Everyone was eager to meet Chelsea. As lunchtime approached, Erica turned to Chelsea and said, "Hey Chelsea, it's lunchtime already. Won't you go out for lunch?" So absorbed was Chelsea in her tasks that she hadn't even noticed the time. Since she hadn't eaten breakfast before leaving home, her stomach growled with hunger. She closed her computer and replied, "Okay, Erica, let's go." As they were about to leave, Nicole strutted over, her heels clicking on the floor. "Hey, you there, intern. I want you to take this money and rush to the coffee shop down the street to get me a latte, no sugar. And you better hurry up." Chelsea felt a wave of disbelief wash over her, looking at Nicole as if she were some kind of clown. She had promised herself she would never be treated like trash again, refusing to let anyone disrespect or bully her. With a dangerous smile, Chelsea stepped closer to Nicole and said, "Miss Brown, I don't know if you are joking or serious. I will say this once and once only. The next time you come up to me and spew such nonsense, I will make sure you never use that mouth of yours again. I'm not some ragdoll you can walk all over or one of those weaklings you bully just because you've been here longer. You are neither my boss nor my employer. By the way, it's not in my job description to buy you coffee. I'm not on your team and you are not my team leader." She shot Nicole a stern look and turned back to Erica. "Miss Erica, whenever you're ready, let's go." Erica, stunned to witness someone standing up to Nicole, burst into applause, her eyes shimmering with pride. "Chelsea, you are so cool." She directed a smirk towards Nicole, who was clutching her chest in shock. "Nicole, I guess you've met your match." With that, she took Chelsea's hand and said, "Let's go eat, Miss Powers." Nicole's face flushed red with rage as she watched them leave. Clenching her fists, she muttered, "I will make sure you regret this, loser." Back in the canteen, word had already spread like wildfire about how the arrogant Nicole Brown had been challenged by the new intern. When Chelsea entered the staff canteen, all eyes turned to her with admiration. Two guys from the tech department whispered to each other, "She's even more beautiful in person. Look at those curves in that dress." They openly drooled over her, making Chelsea squirm under the attention. "Erica, can we please take our food somewhere less crowded?" she asked, glancing around as she felt the weight of their stares. Erica chuckled. "It's common for people to admire a beautiful lady. Pay them no mind, let's eat and move on." After enjoying her lunch, Chelsea returned to her office, feeling satisfied but eager for the end of her first day. Over the next 2 weeks, Chelsea noticed that Nicole had avoided her like the plague, plotting with her team to find a way to deal with her. Meanwhile, Erica and Cleopatra were buzzing about the return of the young, handsome CEO from his business trip. He was known for being kind and polite but maintained a professional distance, refraining from fraternizing with employees to uphold a sense of integrity between boss and subordinate. The young women in the office, particularly Nicole, pulled out all the stops to capture his attention, but he barely spared them a glance. Chelsea, however, was not one to entertain gossip. She remained focused on her work, tuning out the ensuing chatter around her. "Hey, Cleopatra, did you hear our boss is returning today? The sweet part is, he'll be coming over to our department for the quarterly rounds," Erica exclaimed, her eyes sparkling with excitement. "I can't wait to catch a glimpse of his cute face. Even though his girlfriend is an international model, I would still want to be his woman, even for a day. I heard his cousin is even more handsome than he is. Chelsea, did you know he's the most wanted billionaire in the United Kingdom? To top it off, he's the famous Henry Fitzwilliam. The rumor is that his cousin is gay and prefers not to show his face in public. What a waste of such a stunning appearance." Cleopatra chimed in. The CEO of Maximilian Holdings conducted tours of all departments every quarter, and the ladies had dressed to the nines in hopes of catching his eye. Chelsea remained indifferent to the gossip. "Chelsea, didn't you hear what we said?" Erica asked, peering at her. Chelsea glanced up from her desk and replied, "Erica, it's none of my business who our CEO is dating or what he does in his personal life. We just need to respect his privacy, okay?" Besides, I still have to complete the task you assigned to me. She winked at Erica, prompting a playful grin. You
Blech.
are so boring to gossip with, Cleopatra teased, pouting playfully. Just then, a member of Team A rushed in, breathless. Hey guys, the CEO and his board of directors are here already. Cole, who had been preening in her pocket mirror and applying more lipstick, leaped to her feet when the CEO entered. Daniel, Hank's cousin known in the business world as Daniel Maximilian, was the CEO of Maximilian Holdings. As Nicole catwalked toward him with an exaggerated sway, she purred, Welcome, Mr. Maximilian! It's such a delight to have you here today. Daniel merely thanked her and didn't spare her a second glance. The embarrassment burned on Nicole's cheeks. Cleopatra stifled a laugh and muttered, Serves you right. When Daniel spotted Chelsea, his expression illuminated with surprise. He approached her with a warm smile. It's the beautiful, kind lady from the mall, right? Chelsea smiled back and replied, Yes, it's me. What are you doing here? Do you work here too? Daniel chuckled softly. Before he could respond, Kyle Hastings, who had been listening nearby, interjected, clearing his throat. Mr. Maximilian, she is the new intern recommended from Wolverton. Admirational glances filled Daniel's eyes. So, you are the valedictorian they spoke of? You're not only kind but smart as well. Daniel smiled again and asked, After this, could you come to my office? Please don't say no. Everyone was shocked. Was this the same boss who didn't fraternize with his employees? Who was this Chelsea and how are they acquainted? This were some of the questions running in the minds of some of the employees present. Okay, Mr. Maximilian, Chelsea replied, a smile gracing her lips. Everyone in the room was stunned. This was the first time the CEO had engaged with a staff member, let alone invited one to his office. Cole stood to the side, seething with rage, her anger simmering beneath the surface like a pot ready to boil over. Was it fate? Or merely a chance encounter? What would happen when Chelsea visited Daniel's office? Would it spark tension with her colleagues, or could Chelsea turn it to her advantage against her adversaries at work? After Daniel had finished his quarterly tour of the various departments, he returned to his office. Nicole, lurking in the corner, murmured to herself, so Chelsea actually graduated from Wolverton University. I'm sure my cousin Kate knows her. This girl must have some baggage back in Wolverton. An evil smile crossed her lips as she toyed with her hair, tugging it behind her ear. Kate Smith, one of Philippa's minions, was Nicole's cousin, and they had grown up together. Daniel's secretary placed a call to the public relations department, asking Chelsea to come to the CEO's office. His office was on the 10th floor. When Chelsea arrived, the secretary directed her to Daniel's office. The atmosphere inside was warm and welcoming. Upon seeing Chelsea, Daniel smiled and said, Welcome, Miss Powers. Please have a seat. Chelsea walked over and settled into one of the chairs opposite his desk. So, you actually work here in my company. I don't know whether to call this fate or coincidence. When Chelsea heard this, she smiled warmly. Mr. Maximilian, thank you for giving me this opportunity to work as an intern in your company. I really appreciate it. It was all you, Miss Powers. Your grades and your intellect earned you this internship, Daniel replied. By the way, I wanted to personally thank you for assisting me last time. My grandmother really loved the scarf. Oh, the scarf was meant for your grandmother? Wow, I'm glad she loved it. You don't have to thank me, sir. I just did what any decent person would do, Chelsea responded. As they spoke, Daniel found himself captivated by her presence. My goodness, she is so beautiful and seems genuinely kind and gentle. I think Hank will find it hard to resist her. Maybe she's the one to heal Hank's broken heart and take his mind off that mountain fairy or whoever she is, Daniel thought to himself. Mr. Maximilian, did you hear what I said? Chelsea asked, pulling him from his reverie. Oh, sorry, Chelsea. Is it okay if I call you Chelsea? Chelsea was taken aback for a moment but then replied, Okay, sir. Daniel smiled. How are you enjoying the new city? Is it very different from Wolverton? Chelsea nodded. It's way bigger, way noisier, and full of opportunities. That's London for you. I won't keep you here much longer. Thank you once more and welcome to Maximilian Holdings. If you ever encounter any problems, don't hesitate to come to me for help, okay? Chelsea nodded and thanked him for his time before standing up and leaving. When Chelsea returned to her department, she overheard her colleagues discussing the earlier incident with Nicole. Cleopatra rushed over, grabbing her arm excitedly. Chelsea, you're finally back. Girl, you're so lucky to have been in the CEO's office. So tell me, how is his office? And what did you guys talk about? How do you even know each other? Chelsea felt a headache coming on with all the incessant questions. She had never been one to discuss her private life, especially with colleagues. Even though Cleopatra and Erica were kind to her, she didn't fully trust them because of their propensity for gossip. Giving a faint smile, she said, "It's nothing serious, guys. We just met by chance and I did him a little favor, that's all. I didn't even know his name before today. We're not close, nor are we friends." But the girls didn't buy her explanation. Then why did he call you to his office if you don't know each other? I'm sure you went there to seduce him. Newsflash, loser. He has a girlfriend and you're nowhere close to competing with her. Nicole, who had been quiet until now, snapped back at Chelsea. Not perturbed by Nicole's remarks, Chelsea looked at her and said, "Nicole, you really need to seek help." With that, she turned and walked back to her desk without another word to anyone. Meanwhile, back in Wolverton, Ken had become a shadow of his former self. It had been 5 long months since Chelsea left. His wedding with Helena had been called off, and the baby she was carrying wasn't his either. Flashback to some months prior, when Amelia Roberts had asked Damien, her private investigator, to look into Helena's pregnancy and the night of the merger between Starlink Conglomerate and Roberts Corporation. "Ma'am, I have the full details about Miss Richards. How would you like it delivered?" Damien asked. "Meet me at the Luna Country Club in the next 2 hours," Amelia responded. The Luna Country Club. Amelia was already waiting when Damien arrived. He took out a brown envelope. "Ma'am, inside this envelope are the complete details of everything you asked for. Her records with her family obstetrician show she is about 4 months pregnant. However, my investigation revealed that she is actually 5 months pregnant. 6 months ago, she was in a relationship with French designer Louis de Leon, but they separated about 2 weeks before the merger." Amelia clenched her teeth. "That spoiled brat." "Right on." Damien cleared his throat and continued. "On the night of the merger, Helena had conspired with one of the servers to spike Ken's drink. That's how he ended up in one of the hotel rooms during the after party. I questioned the server, and she confirmed that Helena's mother had sent 2 of her guards to take Ken to that room." Amelia's expression hardened further. "That would be all, Damien." "Thank you." Damien handed Amelia the file and took his leave. Amelia picked up her phone and called Ken. "Ken, I would like you and Helena to come home tomorrow for lunch." "But, Mom, why would I come home with Helena?" Ken asked, still reeling from Chelsea's departure. "Just listen, son. It's for your own good. Trust me, you'll find out." The next day, Amelia had also invited Helena's parents. They were all seated at the dining table enjoying lunch when Helena, clueless and blissful, said, "Mother-in-law, I'm so happy to have been invited for lunch. I just can't wait for us to eat like this more often. Next week seems so far. I can't wait to become Ken's wife and the mother of his child." She caressed her growing belly and gazed affectionately at Ken, who didn't even spare her a glance, his mind elsewhere. Amelia could no longer tolerate Helena's hypocrisy. "Helena, can you just shut up already?" she shouted, her voice cutting through the room. Everyone was stunned into silence. Simon Roberts, astonished by his wife's outburst, asked, "Honey, is everything okay? Why are you being so rude to Helena?" Helena's wide eyes glimmered with tears as she asked, Mrs. Roberts, did I do something wrong? Amelia could not stand her anymore and fired back. Listen to me, you cheap liar. You will never marry my son. You and your mother plotted to drug my son. You planned to make him responsible for another man's child. Helena's mother slammed her hand on the table, furious. What the hell are you talking about, Amelia? Don't you dare slander my daughter and me. Simon, you better talk some sense into your wife. Helena sank into her chair, agitated, unable to speak. Ken's shock turned to anger as he asked Helena, "Is everything my mom said true?" His fists clenched at his sides. "Ken, I can explain," Helena pleaded, tears streaming down her cheeks. Amelia stood up, her face resolute. "Ken, remember telling me days ago that you couldn't recall how you ended up in that room with Helena? I hired my private investigator to look into the night of the merger. He found that Helena had conspired with a server and you were drugged." She recounted every detail of the night. "And the baby Helena is carrying isn't yours. It belongs to her ex-boyfriend Louis de Leon." Stunned, Ken could hardly process the revelation. "Helena, is Louis de Leon the same designer you told me about? The one you said was your stylist? So he's responsible for your pregnancy?" He let out a harsh laugh. "Helena, you're the most deceitful person I've ever encountered. This wedding is off. I don't ever want to see you again." With that, he stormed out of the house. Back in the present, Ken sat at his office desk, looking lost in front of his computer screen. Larry walked in with a stack of files. "Sir Roberts, here are the files you requested." With a hollow expression, Ken lifted his head. "Larry, have you found Chelsea?" "Not even a single clue." Larry shook his head. "No, sir. I've used every resource possible, but I couldn't locate her. The only people who might help us now are either her best friend, Rachel, or her older brother, Lionel Powers." Ken knew that neither of those two would grant him an audience. He waved Larry off dismissively, leaning back in his chair. "Chelsea, where are you, my love? I know I treated you poorly and I regret it. I didn't realize how much you meant to me. I wish I could turn back time. Please, wherever you are, just come back. I miss you so much, baby. I'm willing to do anything to have you back." As he spoke, memories of the good times they shared flooded back, and tears began to roll down his cheeks like a river. Will Ken ever find Chelsea? And if he does, will he be able to win her back? To find out what happens next in your favorite series, stay tuned to find out in the next episode.